business owner? Great! In less than 90 seconds, can you tell us what the vision of your company is 10 years from now? Now, if you're like most business owners, you probably can't answer that question, but today we're going to help you solve and answer that question once and for all. My name is Kathleen Wood.
And I'm Jamie Griffin.
And we're here with Think and Grow Wisely. Things for business owners to think about so they can grow wisely. Now, Jamie, we started out talking about vision, right? And you work with so many growing companies. I've worked with so many growing companies. And one of the things that we find in these companies is that sometimes, the clearer the leader, the clearer the team. But maybe there's a complete lack of clarity sometimes. So as you've worked with business owners, what have you found, relative to having that clarity around the vision statement?
Oh, it's such a good question. Especially with the owners, there's often some form of trauma, like they want to grow or they want to improve their business in some particular way, and they're frustrated. They're frustrated with themselves, they're frustrated with their staff, they're frustrated with the direction of their business, and they're just trying to figure it out. And when we get frustrated, we oftentimes default to the thing we know best. And as an owner of a business, we go into doing the expert things that the business owner does, right? Like if you're in a restaurant, you're in the kitchen, in the weeds with the kitchen crew. If you're in any other type of business, you're really just trying to do the work. And what happens when you try to do the work is all the people around you who need direction and clarity are missing that from you. They're not getting it. And that causes a lot of frustration for them. The workers who want to know, what do I do? How do I achieve your dream and your vision? And where do I fit into that big picture, right? What's in it for me? Where do I fit in? When I see people asking those types of questions, I know instantly that we've got to start right at the top of the pyramid and get clear on the big picture.
Yeah, truly the vision, right?
Yeah, what do you see?
I see the same, I see similar things. I think you gave a good analogy one time where you said, you go in and you see people, if it was a giant puzzle, you see people moving the pieces but still don't see the big picture.
Right.
And I completely agree. I see that a lot of times too. The other thing I see is because, to your point about where the business owner will default to their expertise, that when you start to talk to the business owner about, hey, where do we want to be 10 years from now, we get stuck in the how. And once we get stuck in how are we going to do it, who's going to do it, when are we going to do it, it literally kills all creativity, innovation, any kind of thought process of possibilities, because now we're all stuck. Where we're trying to stretch 10 years, now we're stuck in today again. So I think one is lacking the big picture, and two is getting really stuck in the how of it all.
Well, you've probably written about 1,000 of these with clients. In fact, I've watched Kathleen do this, and she's amazing at it.
Well, thanks.
What are the key things? How do you get down to the basics of writing a vision if you don't know where to start?
Yeah, so for me, it really entails three things. The first one is truly asking yourself the question. Get in some quiet space, ask yourself this question. Where do you see your business in 10 years? If you truly cannot answer that question, that's got to be your starting point. Because if you don't know, no one else will know. I think the second part about it is it's got to pass what I call the 16-year-old test. Can a 16-year-old person understand your vision without you explaining it in lengthy explanations and manifestos? Can they just see it and it's self-evident? And then the third thing is, as the leader, can you truly live it, love it, and lead it so people are inspired to follow?
Okay, I love those profound, easy to follow steps. I love that you use the word inspiration, because we do have to inspire people. That's a big part of what a vision does. What I heard you say is, close your eyes and think about what your business is going to look like in 10 years or whatever your time horizon is. Open them and write it down. Then take what you wrote down and simplify that. Keep it simple. Make sure it's easy to understand and that even a 16-year-old can follow, live, and lead into it. And then finally, be willing yourself to live it. If you're not willing and you're not committed to it, it'll be obvious to everyone else. I think those three things are really thoughtful ideas for owners and founders to think about. And I think if they do and they follow those really easy to follow steps, that they'll be able to think and grow wisely in their business and take it to the next level and avoid some of the frustration we talked about earlier in this conversation.
Well, and absolutely. At the end of the day, what do business owners want to do? Save time, money, and resources. So part of that is to have clarity and really, truly think and grow wisely with it.